Israel's world-famous Iron Dome is a unique defense system designed to intercept airborne armaments. For years, Israel has used this system to protect itself from threats posed by Hezbollah and Hamas. The Iron Dome has been admired globally, with many countries expressing interest in acquiring similar technology. It has given Israel a sense of security and emboldened its geopolitical stance. But in the past week, the reputation of the Iron Dome has taken a serious hit. Israel now finds itself in a tight and unexpected position. The Iron Dome, once seen as nearly impenetrable, is no longer delivering 100% or even 90% accuracy. In Iran's latest retaliation, the interception rate dropped to around 65%. As each day passes, Iran's strikes are becoming more effective, while Israel's stockpile of interceptors is rapidly shrinking. Did Israel miscalculate before this conflict began? On June 13th, Israel shocked the world, including Donald Trump, by gaining overnight air superiority over Iran. It was widely considered a masterstroke. Even Russia, despite 3 years in Ukraine, hasn't managed such an operation. Yet Israel did it in a single night. High-value targets were struck: senior military leaders, nuclear scientists, command centers, and missile launchers. Still, Iran retaliated, and the aftermath is such that parts of Tel Aviv are now indistinguishable from Gaza. Despite media censorship, reports are surfacing that oil refineries, military intelligence centers, and science facilities in Israel were hit. And then something remarkable happened, a miracle even. The same Israelis who had once ignored the suffering in Gaza are now questioning, why are civilians being targeted? The targeting of hospitals, once brushed off during operations in Gaza, is now being condemned, but only after Iran's retaliation. Now billboards are being printed in Tel Aviv. Mr. President, Mr. Donald, finish the job. Israel is calling upon America, reminding it of the billions in aid and strategic partnership. This moment has made it clear just how much influence Israel has over US politics. But the bigger question is, what happened in just 1 week? How did Israel, once the undeclared nuclear superpower of the Middle East, suddenly become a victim? Today, Iran is striking Tel Aviv. Iran has taken the offensive, and Israel, despite its overwhelming strength, finds itself on the back foot. All this while Iran remains under crippling sanctions. In today's episode, we'll explore how Israel took control of Iranian airspace, how Iran is retaliating effectively, how Iran, despite sanctions, developed such a powerful armament industry, why the Iron Dome is failing, and why even if the US gets involved, there may still be a surprise awaiting. Let's be clear, this episode is not about choosing sides. Yes, Iran is considered a fundamentalist regime, but it's also true that Israel's actions in Gaza have severely tarnished its global image. Today, many around the world are not sympathizing with Israel. There's a sense of karma in the air. How did Israel capture Iran's skies so easily? Iran was engaged in talks with the US and did not anticipate Israel's move. That's likely why Israel chose this moment for a coordinated surgical strike. On the night of June 13th, Israel launched a mission using its 600 combat aircraft, including unmanned drones and F-35 stealth jets. The F-35s entered from western Iran. Their first targets were radar stations and command centers. Due to their stealth capabilities, they were barely detectable. Next, they focused on surface-to-air missile systems, rendering Iran's air defenses nearly useless. Iran's systems included outdated Soviet-era S-200s and domestically made Bavar 373s, limited in coverage and capability. Meanwhile, Israel's Tehran 3 drones acted as decoys, distracting defenses so the F-35s could strike. After that, F-15s and F-16s followed. These fourth-generation aircraft entered with little resistance and targeted Iran's ballistic missile storage and launch vehicles. In one night, 1/3 of Iran's launchers were destroyed. The objective was clear: cripple Iran's missile capability before it could launch anything. Why couldn't Iran respond immediately? Iran's air force has been severely weakened by decades of sanctions. With around 300 outdated aircraft, including old F-14 Tomcats, it posed little threat. These were among the first targets, taken out while still on the ground. Israel also aimed to neutralize Iran's top military leadership and nuclear scientists, fearing Iran's growing nuclear capability. Taking advantage of a weakened Syria, and with Iraq's defenses already destroyed, Israel launched its mission seamlessly. But then came Iran's retaliation. Israel may have dominated the skies, but Iran had prepared for this scenario. Knowing it couldn't match Israel or the US in air power, Iran focused on ballistic missiles. These missiles can travel extremely fast and long distances, reaching speeds of Mach 5 to Mach 6, making them difficult to intercept. Iran's missile evolution. Iran's missile journey began in 1987 with Shahab-1, a 300-kilometer range missile. Today, Iran possesses one of the most advanced ballistic arsenals in the Middle East. Short-range Shahab-1, Qam-1, Fateh-110. Medium-range Shahab-3, Imad, Ghadr 110, 1,500 to 2,000 kilometers range. These missiles were upgraded to include maneuverable re-entry vehicles, MAR-Vs. As they descend, they change trajectory mid-flight, taking zigzag paths that confuse radar systems and interceptors. Some even deploy submunitions to overwhelm air defenses. On June 19th, Iran used these tactics successfully. Iran also claims to possess hypersonic missiles, like the Fateh-1, with speeds of Mach 13. At such speeds, no existing system can guarantee 100% interception. Why is the Iron Dome failing? Israel has a layered defense system. Number 1, Iron Dome for short-range threats. Number 2, David Sling for medium range. Number 3, Arrow system for intermediate threats. Number 4, Arrow 3 for long-range ballistic missiles. But even the best radar systems can't stop maneuverable or hypersonic weapons, especially in large numbers. Intercepting one missile costs 5 to 10 times more than launching it. And Iran is using drone swarms to force Israel to waste its interceptors, reducing the success rate even further, below 65%. Can Israel sustain this? Iran is used to sanctions and wartime life. Israelis are not. There are reports of evacuations and declining morale. Maersk has stopped operations at Haifa port. Oil refineries, airports, and intelligence centers are under threat. Israel now realizes that its overnight plan did not deliver lasting success and is calling on the U.S. for help. But even the U.S. may hesitate. The Fordo nuclear facility in Iran is so deeply buried that only a nuclear weapon could destroy it, something the Pentagon and Trump do not want to use. So who has the upper hand? In the short term, Israel showed superior air power. But Iran's missile and drone production remains untouched. This conflict may stretch on. And unless the U.S. intervenes decisively, Israel may be forced into a defensive posture. The world is watching. Many see this as karma for the 55,000 lives lost in Gaza. And now, with just 24 Israeli casualties, Israel is calling for international sympathy and help. God is watching everything.